There is a button in your car right now that could save you $3,000 in engine repairs. Another one can save you a $200 locksmith call. And most drivers will go their entire lives sitting 6 inches away from both of them without ever knowing they exist. Car makers build these features in and then somehow forget to tell you they are there. Some save you money, some save your car, and one of them could genuinely save your life. I went through 17 of them, and by the end of this, you are going to want to walk straight out to your car and start checking things off one by one. Do not skip ahead, because the one I saved for last is the one almost everybody gets wrong. Let us get into it. Picture the worst version of a Tuesday. You are standing next to your car, key fob in your hand, and it is dead. Nothing. You press the button, and the doors just sit there mocking you. Most of us have completely forgotten that a physical key even exists anymore, but inside that fob, there is one hiding. Look for a small catch or a sliding latch on the side or the back. Slide it, and a real metal key pops right out. And the car itself has a keyhole too, usually tucked behind a little plastic cap on the door handle that you have to pry off. Almost nobody knows this is there until the moment they desperately need it. That one piece of knowledge can be the difference between calling a locksmith at midnight and paying him $200 or just letting yourself in like it is nothing. Now, look at your dashboard for a button with a little car and some wavy lines curling out behind it. Most people have stared at that symbol for years and never once wondered what it does. That is your traction control. When you accelerate on ice, wet pavement, or loose gravel, it stops your wheels from spinning out by quietly cutting engine power and tapping the brakes on individual wheels to keep you pointed straight. It is genuinely a lifesaver in winter. But here is the part nobody explains. There are moments when you want it off. If you are buried in deep snow or stuck in mud, that same system will strangle the power right when you need a little wheel spin to claw your way out. Press the button, dig yourself free, and switch it back on once you are moving. Most drivers never touch it and have no clue it could rescue them from being stranded. Speaking of buttons that quietly work for you, the next one is going to change how comfortable you actually feel behind the wheel. Let us talk about that lane departure warning, the one that beeps at you like an angry smoke detector every time you drift a couple of inches. There is a button that shuts it up. Look on your steering wheel for a symbol of a car sitting between 2 dotted lines. On a lot of vehicles you press and hold it and the nagging stops. On others, you have to dig into the infotainment menu to find the setting. The system was built for the highway, but many of them go completely overboard, screaming at you on quiet neighborhood streets and even punishing you for swerving around a pothole you were smart enough to avoid. You can dial down how sensitive it is or shut it off entirely. Nothing kills a nice drive faster than your car having a nervous breakdown every time you touch the lane line. Ever gotten stuck in traffic right behind a diesel truck belching black smoke straight into your vents? There is a button for that too. Look for one with a little car and a curved arrow looping around inside it. That is your recirculation button, and it is basically an air quality shield. Hit it, and your car stops pulling in the filthy air from outside and starts cycling the cleaner air already inside the cabin. Most people think it just recirculates air, and that is true. But there is a bonus. In brutal heat, running recirculation can make your AC cool the cabin noticeably faster because the system is not fighting to chill fresh hot air over and over. Less strain on the compressor, faster cooling, and your cabin air filter lasts longer because it is not choking on outside grime all day. That is one fewer service visit down the road. This next one has been costing people their backs and shoulders for years, and the fix takes 10 seconds. If you have ever felt like you are reaching for the wheel or crammed too close to it, reach under the steering column. There is a small lever hiding there. Pull it, and the wheel suddenly moves up, down, in or out, depending on your car. Some let you tilt it, others let you slide the whole column toward you or away, and this is not just about comfort. A wheel set correctly means better control, a clear view of your gauges, and an airbag actually aimed at your chest, the way it is supposed to be. You want your arms slightly bent, gauges fully visible without leaning in, yet a huge chunk of drivers never adjust it once. They just accept whatever position the last person left it in, whether that was a rental, a spouse, or the salesman on the day they bought the thing. Spend 10 seconds and set it to fit your body. You will wonder how you ever drove any other way. Driving straight into a sunset is its own special kind of misery. You flip the visor down and the light still knifes in around the side and catches you right in the eye. Here is the thing most people miss. A lot of visors have an extension built in. There is a panel that slides out to cover that gap on the side where the light sneaks through. Check the bottom edge or the inner edge of your visor and see if there is a piece that pulls out. Designers knew a flat visor could not block every angle of a low sun, so they built in a slider and then, for some reason, never bothered to mention it in the manual. That little extra coverage keeps stray light out of your eyes so you can keep them where they belong, on the road. Now, that hazard button on your dash does more than you think. On a lot of newer cars, holding it down for a few seconds kicks on an emergency mode with a faster, more urgent flash pattern designed to scream trouble to everyone around you. Not just I stop to take a phone call. Some models have a double tap trick that switches into a slower, high visibility pattern that is perfect for fog or sitting on a dark shoulder at night. And the luxury brands take it even further. On certain BMW, Mercedes and Audi models, a long press can light up every exterior lamp at full brightness and basically turn your car into a lighthouse visible from a long way off. Most people mash it once and forget it exists. Check your manual, because that button might be smarter than you are giving it credit for. Here is one so obvious it is almost embarrassing. You pull into a gas station in an unfamiliar car and you have no idea which side the fuel door is on. So you crane your neck, check the mirrors, maybe even climb out to look. Everybody has done it. But the answer has been sitting on your dash the whole time. Look at the little fuel pump icon on your gauge cluster. Right next to it there is a tiny arrow pointing left or right. That arrow tells you exactly which side your cap is on. Car makers added it after enough people griped about pulling up to the wrong pump, and then they never made a fuss about it. This has been standard since the 1990s, and half the country is still out there playing gas station roulette. While we are at the pump, look at the inside of that little fuel door. See the hook or notch molded into it. Most folks assume it is some pointless design left over. It is actually there to hold your gas cap while you fill up. And this is where it gets expensive if you ignore it. Letting the cap dangle or setting it on the roof means dirt and road grime get on it, and that filth can work its way into your fuel system. Over time, that leads to clogged injectors, a stressed fuel pump, and in the worst case, a repair bill that climbs toward $3,000. Nearly every car has that hook, and almost nobody uses it. A 2-second habit protects you from a genuinely nasty problem down the line. Summer parking turns your car into an oven. Open the door and you get slapped with a wall of heat. But a lot of vehicles have a trick most owners never find. Your key fob does more than unlock the doors. On many cars, holding the unlock button for a few seconds rolls every window down at once. Some need a double press, and then a hold, or you might have to switch it on in the settings first. It was originally built for markets where people leave cars baking in the sun for hours, and American makers slipped it in without ever really advertising it. Stand a few feet away, hold the button, and let all that trapped hot air pour out before you climb in. When an interior can hit well over 130 degrees, venting it first is not just about comfort. It is about not stepping into a health hazard. This next one is a genuine emergency lifesaver, and it works even when everything electrical in your car is dead. Imagine your battery quits while you are sitting in traffic and you need to push the car out of the lane. But you cannot get the automatic transmission into neutral because on most cars, shifting out of park needs power. Except there is a backup. Near your gear shifter there is a small plastic cover, and underneath it is the shift lock release. Pop the cover off with your key or a small flathead, press the button underneath, and now you can shift into neutral with zero battery power. It is purely mechanical, which is exactly why it still works when every electronic system in the car has gone dark. Depending on your model, it sits right beside the shifter, or it might be hidden under the shift boot. Knowing it is, there is the difference between rolling your car safely to the side and blocking a whole lane while the horns start behind you. Night driving has one particular annoyance that this next feature fixes instantly. When the car behind you has its headlights blazing straight into your rearview mirror, it is not just irritating, it genuinely cuts your vision. But that mirror has a fix built into it. There is a small tab along the bottom edge. Flick it, and the glare drops away. The trick is that the mirror actually has two reflective surfaces set at slightly different angles. During the day, you are using the bright one. Flip the tab, and you switch to the dimmer surface, which bounces the harsh headlight glare up toward your ceiling instead of into your eyes. You can still see the traffic behind you perfectly well, it is just far gentler on your eyes. This has existed for decades, and plenty of people over 65 avoid night driving entirely because of glare they could have killed with one flick of a tab. Here is a feature that is quietly watching the road temperature for you. That little snowflake symbol that pops up on your dash is not decoration. It is a warning that the outside temperature has dropped low enough that ice could be forming. Icy conditions cause well over 100,000 crashes in this country every year, and a huge number of them come down to drivers simply not realizing the road had turned treacherous. Some newer cars take it further and shift that snowflake from yellow to red as things get genuinely dangerous. The system watches air temperature and moisture to figure out when ice is likely, and it is especially useful for catching black ice, the kind you cannot see coming. The most advanced setups can even share road condition data with other cars nearby. When that snowflake shows up, slow down and treat the road like it is out to get you. This next one is one of the most important safety features almost nobody bothers to locate. Picture being trapped inside a trunk. It sounds like a movie plot, but it happens sometimes to kids who climb in to play, sometimes in genuine emergencies. Before 2002, people died this way every year from heat and suffocation, so the law changed, and every passenger car sold since then has to have an escape handle inside the trunk. It is usually a bright color or coated in glow-in-the-dark material that stays lit for hours after any light exposure, so you can find it even in total darkness when panic makes clear thinking impossible. One pull, and the trunk pops open, no tools needed. The problem is most owners have never checked whether their car has one or where it sits. That is a gamble you do not want to take on a part that could genuinely save a life. Now let us talk about storage you did not know you owned. People complain endlessly about not having enough room in their car while sitting on top of hidden compartments built right into the floor and under the seats. Plenty of SUVs, minivans and trucks have them, and most owners never notice. Jeep has been building sneaky storage into vehicles like the Grand Cherokee for years, spots a thief would never think to check. The Infiniti G35 hides one inside the rear armrest, and some Volkswagen Golfs tuck one away under the driver's seat. Lift a seat cushion, pull up a floor panel, or tug a small handle, and you find room enough for emergency gear, valuables, or anything you would rather not leave in plain sight when you park downtown. Some are even sealed against water. Beyond just extra space, they keep your stuff out of view in public lots, which is peace of mind you already paid for. Ever notice your music seems to get louder on the highway and softer at a red light, all on its own? That is not you imagining things. It is speed-sensitive volume control, and it is one of the smartest features people never realize they have. As you speed up, wind, tires, and engine noise all climb, and normally you would reach over and crank the volume. Instead, this system uses a speed sensor, and on some cars a cabin microphone to measure the noise and adjust for you. It nudges the volume up as you accelerate and eases it back down as you slow, keeping everything level without you touching a thing. Some versions even learn your habits over time and account for whether your windows are up or down. The safety win is real, since you are not fumbling with the radio while you drive. If your volume seems to shift on its own and you cannot figure out why, look for a setting called Speed Volume, or SVC, in your menu. And now, the one I promised you, the feature that will make you feel like a genius on a daily basis. You have done this. You walk away from your car, get a few steps out, and freeze. Did I lock it? So you trudge back, press the fob, tug the handle, feel a little foolish. A lot of modern cars can erase that moment entirely. When your key fob moves out of range, the car locks itself automatically. Some let you set a delay, 30 seconds or a minute, so you have time to grab something you forgot. Others flash the lights or chirp to confirm you are locked up tight. It works off proximity sensors that track the distance between the fob and the car, and once you cross that line, the locks engage on their own with no input from you. It protects your stuff when your hands are full, it slashes the odds of a break-in from a door you forgot to lock, and above all, it kills that nagging doubt for good. And here is the irony. Loads of people already have this feature and have never turned it on simply because they never went digging in the settings. Check your manual. That peace of mind might already be sitting there waiting for you. So that is 17. Not one of them cost you a dime. No shop visit, no parts, no mechanic. Just features and habits hiding in plain sight, waiting for you to actually use them. Drop a comment and tell me how many of these you already knew and which one caught you completely off guard. The one about the fuel cap hook is the one I bet trips up the most people. Your car has been smarter than you gave it credit for this whole time. Now you know what it can actually do.